Welcome back to Community Champions here at West Georgia Technical College. I have a very distinguished guest with me now, Mayor Jeff Lukken, Mayor of LaGrange, and I am delighted to have you with us. I consider you one of our community champions, even though we're not interviewing you as a community champion, but thank you for all you do for our community.
Absolutely, Randy. I'm glad to be here this morning.
We're talking about West Georgia Technical College, the video productions area, some fantastic things going on out here, and just wanted to let you see what's going on and also kind of get your input on your thoughts about West Georgia Technical College and what it means to the community.
Absolutely. Randy, West Georgia Technical College and its success is the very basis for the future of LaGrange and our job market. You know the outsourcing of jobs in the world today and the global markets and the competition from overseas. That means more and more to all of us that we have to find a better type of training system and jobs for our market. The old world jobs, the city of LaGrange and Troup County have been great at landing a lot of these industries and corporations that are labor intensive. As the world changes and the job market changes, we have to make sure that our workforce is better trained and has the high-tech capabilities that this new world demands. And the very answer to that is West Georgia Technical College. So the more we support this college, the more that we use it, not just to land new industries, but also to redefine and retrain our workforce that's located here today, guarantees us that these industries are able to stay in LaGrange instead of looking for cheaper labor markets overseas.
I think that is critical, and that's one of the things we want to do with this show, is we want to let people know what happens at West Georgia Technical College. People pass by here every day and really don't know what the college is all about. Of course, we're focusing on the video productions area. One of the things that we see this department doing is promoting LaGrange and Troup County and West Georgia. There's just a lot of opportunities. There's so many things here that people don't know about, and we want to be able to do that through West Georgia Technical College and Community Service Network.
Well, West Georgia Technical College is one of those bragging points that we use when we're attracting new industrial prospects. That and the Fast Start program, which is a unique only to Georgia. This college right here does a super job of training that workforce when a new industry comes in, and it really is one of those factors that helps separate us from other communities out of state that don't have the Fast Start program and don't have the capacity and the abilities that West Georgia Technical College bring to the table.
Yeah, I think you may have seen some of the video that has been done here in terms of the productions that have already been done. Tell me this, what do you think about a show like this where all of our staff is really the students of the video productions area?
Yeah, I think that's fascinating. I think it's a great idea. You really bring an air of professionalism, and you bring the ability to be able to bring these new students into a technology that LaGrange and Troup County have not had before. I think that's fascinating.
It's fascinating to me. They call it a working lab. And how many people, you as a businessman, how many times would you like to hire people who have already been doing in a very professional setting the very job you're hiring them for?
Absolutely, a great point. It's a great resource for our community to have.
I think that it is. I would like to commend everyone at West Georgia Technical College for the forward-lookingness too, looking for these new jobs, looking for the training that's needed to bring new people into the community. And I'm sure you know people that we don't who are looking at us. How do they look at our community when they come in? What are the things that they look at the most?
You know, I think the first thing that we see, Randy, in their faces is surprise. The city of LaGrange is considered to be a rural area, not in the Atlanta metro donut area. So they look at it as some community that's probably going to be lacking in certain areas, and they find that's not the case. Our medical facilities, our cultural, recreational facilities, our technical facilities are heads and tails above what they expected, and in some parts are better than what they're seeing in major metropolises around the U.S. Yeah. So they're very, very pleased with what they find in LaGrange.
I would think they would be. I'm not a native of LaGrange. I've been here now for almost 11 years, and I'm amazed every day at things that I see in LaGrange that most cities our size just don't have.
That's true.
You know, a TV station is a real asset. People don't realize what small communities who have no ability to promote themselves locally, what they're up against. But having a local TV station, both TV 33 and the local city channel, has got to be a plus for us.
Good point. You know, I was thinking that Peter Mallory and TV 33 ought to be most pleased with the resources and the talent that West Georgia Technical College is bringing to the table here in this training in this department.
And Peter Dr. Gilley did a very interesting interview with Peter back several weeks ago. I don't know if you've had a chance to see that, but it was fascinating. But Peter is very involved with this. He's going to be running these shows for us on TV 33. We also anticipate running them on the City Channel. So it's going to be a blend. We're looking at this as a blend of the public sector and the private sector in terms of what we're accomplishing, what we want to accomplish to promote LaGrange, Troup County, West Georgia Technical College. And another thing I'd like to mention, of course, the title of our show is Community Champions. We've got some fantastic people in LaGrange, and we're looking for a way to promote them. I know that you know as well as I do that there are people out there that do some great things that never get recognized. And this is a way for us to recognize those people.
That's a great idea. And you know, the list goes on and on about great volunteers and great community leaders here in LaGrange. As a matter of fact, that's another aspect, that people that come and try and decide whether they're going to locate in our community, they're astounded by the volunteerism, the spirit of people rolling their sleeves up and getting involved in any initiative or any cause that the city of LaGrange needs. It's really what separates us again from other communities, that drive, that spirit to help out for the community good.
I think that's right, and we've already had Jim Boyd as one of our guests on Community Champions. In fact, he was the first person we identified that we wanted to have. Of course, Jim and his late wife have meant so much to our community.
You picked the perfect person to kick off community leaders. Jim embodies everything as far as being selfless, as far as giving everything for the common good of everyone. He's the perfect one to kick off that concept.
I think it's a great way to start off. One of the things we're going to do is we're actually going to ask the viewers to let us know who they would like to see interviewed as a community champion. And we may want to ask you before you go some of the people you'd like to nominate. I'm sure you've got some people that you could tell us about in a hurry.
I absolutely do. Yeah. Great.
We, at West Georgia Technical College is moving forward in a lot of different ways. One of the things you know that we've been doing is looking at some new space. Mm-hmm. Since we've got you kind of trapped here in the political arena, we want to solicit your help. We're still looking at the possibility of getting a new building, the Raytheon building. I know that you're familiar with that. Do you have any idea what's going on politically in that standpoint?
Randy, I, along with other community leaders and political leaders, wrote letters to the governor, and we've been working our angles to try and find a way that this becomes priority for the state. And certainly it was a big priority, but you have to buffet that against the fact that the governor has a tight budget and is short on funds. Mm-hmm. Now, this is really the first stage right now. It was not in the governor's initial budget, but certainly the legislature, both the House and the Senate, will take another look at this, and they'll decide if they can find a way to work the budget out to have this new facility into their budget. It was top priority, and I think that we've got a good chance to let them see the wisdom in having these new centers. You know, Randy, there's a lot of money that can be spent into an asset that doesn't bring you back value. This facility and the new capacity and resources that come to bear with these new facilities being taken advantage of will help our community and surrounding counties with their workforce training and with their new corporate developments. I can't say enough about how the entire state of Georgia will benefit by this new initiative in West Georgia Technical College.
Well, we appreciate your support on it, and we're looking at every angle. We want to get that back in that budget in some form. We just think it's too good an opportunity to let it get passed by. So we're certainly soliciting your help, and I'm sure you're soliciting the help of other people as well.
Well, I'm sure Dr. Gilley will let me know how we can help out in anything further.
I'm sure he will. Just briefly on LaGrange, tell us a little bit about what's going on downtown, where we're going with how we're going with the new government buildings. I know everybody's interested in the construction. Saw a little bit in the paper the other day. They're actually, some of the people who are going to occupy the space are beginning to look at it.
Well, the city of LaGrange received a grant, almost $1 million from the federal government on our streetscape. That includes downtown pavers on the sidewalks, relocating some utilities, burying power lines. You're already beginning to see a cleaned up look on the square and some of the streets off the square. On top of that, the Callaway Foundation is leading the charge with its cultural arts centers, with the new athletic gym, with the restaurants downtown. Then you know you've just seen the latest announcement that we'll have a 10-theater Cineplex downtown. Now, Randy, there's no one answer or a silver bullet that helps keep a downtown revitalized, but having a 10-theater Cineplex downtown will drive literally hundreds of people every night downtown. Now, that gives the shop owners a reason to stay open later than 5 o'clock. That gives a brand new impetus and need for more restaurants downtown and more revitalization and more things happening. And then, of course, you have the activity located downtown for Saturdays and Sundays with the matinees and more movies. So it really gives a great boost to downtown to be able to brag about this theater. And with the help of the foundation, the City of LaGrange is going to make sure that this building is a signature building. It's going to have a classic look. It's going to be the first thing that draws your eyes to the City of LaGrange as you're coming off of the Parkway and crossing over Morgan.
Yeah.
It'll be beautiful. It'll have a kind of a retro, old-fashioned look, we hope, but in any event, it'll be something that'll be timeless for the next 50 years.
That's fantastic. And you mentioned bringing people to LaGrange and showcasing LaGrange. That's what we want to do with this program of Community Champions. And we're kind of out of time now, but we thank you so much for coming to be with us. You are one of our community champions. And I want to let our viewers know that we will be back next week with another Community Champions program brought to you by the students and the staff of West Georgia Technical College.